Even though his ex-girlfriend Coi Leray could be trying to woo Blueface and reunite with him, as we all know, Chrisean doesn't play with him like this. Things became heated when she threw Coi for Blueface because Phil was trying to steal him. Was it true that Chrisean threatened to hit Coi? Only a few days have gone by since Blueface's tirade. Clearly, we were wrong to think that after Sean's feud on social media, they would at least take a few weeks off before intensifying their conflict. I've already gone back to work. In an online mockery, Blueface stated, "I've only had one solid B in my entire life, and it's not who y'all think it is, Clancy." Okay, after that, she was asked to rid herself of their child. Their last argument was really messy, so now that I'm done playing, I'm going to leave this pregnant and see if it works. She's attempting to cover up her 7 tattoos when the next man discovers she is expecting. This will be taken even more seriously by the next bee who is missing a tooth. "I'm going to die in peace, and I'm not even pregnant." She responded, "Don't feel bad for Chrisean, but it's awful for actual people. I apologize, but I'm mature enough to see that I did this to myself, so I don't really care. Okay, I'm going to put this behind me forever. You have to use prudence." Blueface added, "There are no buts" to his tweet. "It's either the highway or my way." Chrisean stated unequivocally that she has no plans to leave. Blueface claims that, "I don't mind the beef because it's with my favorite person. I ignore girls every time I glance at the clock, but on the day of their birthday, I will reject them. We all assume that they are finished as a result. Daddy, you must miss me too." "We miss you. When I see you, I can't wait to fall in love." Along with Chrisean is prepared to fight Coi Leray and anyone else who attempts to keep Blueface and herself apart, even if she is willing to make amends. Given that Jason Lee recently disclosed that Coi has specific opinions regarding the relationship between Chrisean and Blueface, there is indeed a lot of drama going on. "What's going on, Daddy, aside from everything you're doing?" She's alternating between tweets.
Face and Chrisean interview aired, she called me like, "Oh, I want to do the show, but like that's not a good look. You big, like you influential, like you that nigga, like we want to celebrate you. You just had a big interview with Cardi B, and then you interview Blueface and Chrisean, like." So I said, "Well, Coi, I'm in the business of interviewing people. So like whether I'm interviewing and Blueface and Chrisean's gonna do numbers because they're hot right now."
For sure.
For those who are unable to recall when questioned about their relationship in interviews, Coi would frequently become intrusive and say that she preferred Coi, with whom Blueface had. Around 2020, in other words, when Jason Lee declared that Coi would no longer be featured on his talk show since he already had Chrisean and Blueface, he exposed her.
I thought you were in a relationship with Blueface. I seen it on the blogs, and they were saying that y'all came out as a couple.
Oh, they said we was a couple? Or
Yeah.
Bye. And we was outside.
Y'all was just outside.
Oh, we was outside. Okay. Blueface.
Coi and Blueface started dating Chrisean and a few other ladies after their breakup. We won't talk about that right now. Kiss lost faith in both Coi and Blueface after pictures of them in the studio appeared on social media Instagram stories. "I hope Krishna's warnings against her were warranted because God has already grown me larger than the two of you together. Why did you screw over a bee who doesn't care about politics? You hung out with me to get a feature with this man and suck. On your D, since a woman holds that job and I disagree with politics, it is clear that I must slap your foolish self in the face." But they were never truly on the same page. Sean and Coi are 2 of the 100 members of the team. According to Coi, who regularly posts on Instagram, "You should avoid going to the natural area and seek out these individuals if they give you another chance." Quail is just one example of a father and daughter. "Yes, ever since I attempted to tell you, we haven't gotten along, but you thought I was being cruel." Their presence, along with Jason's disclosure of Coi, made everything worse. He's intended to be messy, I know, so why bring up this popular comment? His only goal is to inflame their relationship. Jason was arrested because he tried to make trouble. It's unlikely that Coi Leray was unhappy, but I is able to accept Beyoncé's criticism of him since it was constructive. You should be cautious with him since he's a disorderly person who would say and do anything to attract clicks. Jason Lee was successful if his intention was to make the fight between Chrisean and Coi more heated. She allegedly threatened to slap her on location and intimidate Coi because, according to sources, Coi tried to destroy her career and image at the beginning of their relationship because of her dubious behavior during her interview with Jason. Chrisean has long held this belief. Essentially, she's according to the source. Chrisean thinks Coi told this is due to the fact that Jason is still attempting to separate Blueface from Coi, who is determined to defend her guys, even if it means publicly slapping them. Chrisean Sean is not going to let her have Blueface at all. It is well known that Chrisean has a Blueface obsession. Because of this, Coi might want to take a break. Someone must be so unloved for them to think it's a flex. Only a depressed, useless person would view Blueface and Chrisean's relationship as a goal and something to be jealous of. According to the response to the question of why Coi would be unhappy or jealous of their partnerships, I will not condone the manner in which a fool tweets to one individual while another, "Oh my gosh, squish on," she said. Don't get caught up, please. That will be depressing, I think to myself. But it appears to me that we know that when it comes to Blueface, Chrisean is fine with throwing hands. Even if this is a complete mess, Coi might want to take a step back and stop talking about Chrisean and Blueface, regardless of how severely he mistreats her. Watch the following video to see the mayhem unfold. Despite her diminutive size, she's critical and denigrates other women, which is corny if you believe this play lacks structure. However, just when you think this story has run its course, have trust and faith that it will. Because this isn't just personal, it's petty. And totally out of the ordinary in public, especially with Coi Leray and Chrisean Rock Blueface in the ring. I might have misjudged the storm she was entering, and she might have thought a brief studio session wouldn't be that severe. She might not have realized that Chrisean would be watching her every move. Or maybe she just knew what she was doing. After all, in the world of cameras and power, there is no such thing as coincidence, and in this age of viral unrest, even a picture shot in a booth has the capacity to spark a full-scale confrontation. Meanwhile, Chrisean is fighting for more than just Blueface. Her name is being contested by trolls. Her background and her function, and while some argue that she has gone too far, others respond that she is the only real person in a society full of fakes, but keep in mind that's not just about broken relationships. Wearing Blueface, the world watches elite women compete against each other as though it were a reality show they never agreed to be on. As his name rises in the algorithm, he's smiling and allowing the flames to spread. There is disagreement among the supporters. There are some shouting, "Chrisean, you deserve better." Coi is being criticized for being messy. More individuals are criticizing Blueface for turning love into content. Turning misery into advertising and relationships into a show. It's not over though. That much is clear. If you know Chrisean, you know she hasn't finished clapping back. If you know Blueface well, you are aware that he takes a little too much pleasure in this attention, and Coi is aware that she detests silence. Thus, we're awaiting the next tweet and disc. Since this isn't about rumors but rather a battle in the DMs, a battle in the booth, and a battle on the timeline, this will be the next viral analysis. Just wait until all three show up at the same event to see what happens if you thought this was crazy. Put on a seatbelt. This story is still being told.